Why you shouldn't give crack addicts crack to cure crack addiction.
Anyway, this argument was going on and on and on, and it was repeated. It was every single day. At some point, this same discussion was being had, or the same argument was being had, and I was tired of the repeated abandonment of logic. And so I ended up asking. I was like, okay, so let's say that's right. It's all about willpower, right? It's just all about willpower. Cookies are on the side, and you got to be like Arnold, being like, put that cookie down, no! And, you know, you got to be like, no, I can't, I must resist. So you got to be like this, right? So that's the way we should do it, right? Okay, so by that logic then, should we take a bunch of crack addicts and put them in a room with, you know, bags of crack on a table and just be like, oh no, you got to exercise willpower, you got to resist, and class that as their drug rehabilitation? Surprisingly, they said yes. Now, I believe it was sarcasm, because they knew they were losing the argument, and they knew that if they said, if they knew that if they'd lost the argument, so in a way they were backed into a corner, they had to say yes, otherwise they had to admit that I was right, and that's a fun point in having, you know, conversations, by the way. But anyway, so they said yes, and I hope they were being sarcastic, and I hope that if they're not, I'm very, very glad, thank God, that I'm not a crack addict. But it's important to note that in any X-step program, right, for drug rehabilitation, one of the first things they do is they try and take the person away from the environment that's causing the very problem and the people that are in it, okay? Well, not if you're in a bad environment, the people who are in it with you are either also in that bad environment or actively contributing to it because they're enablers, okay? But yeah, so one of the first things that you do is get people out of that environment, because then you get them away from the thing and the people that are causing the problem, which is typically the thing that you want to do if you want to get them away from something that's causing a problem.